What is the best thing about living in this neighborhood?
I can say the best thing about living in here is like it's a very small community. Grow up with people and you see them around still years later. That's pretty cool. The worst thing about living here is there's probably no jobs that people can uh, benefit from that are in East Palo Alto at least. I feel like everyone who works here has to work somewhere out of the range of their own city. Another thing is like ongoing gang violence and stuff like that.
Okay.
Still around, but I feel like it's also improving better than before. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I can say about that for right now.
So this is something you can elaborate on, like, and maybe share something that what you personally feel.
Right.
What do you think of this neighborhood, and would you want to move out of this neighborhood or continue living here?
I mean, I would continue living here because I made a lot of friends and stuff like that. Like, I love how small this community is and how a lot of people know each other. And I wouldn't want to move, but like circumstances that happen like are forcing us to move. Like for example, people being relocated or a lot of people here rent. So often the houses that they rent are sold by the owners and they have to relocate because for any reason, like they're going to sell the house or they're going to renovate the house and rent it for a higher price. Yeah, so I think that's affecting a lot of people, including myself. Yeah, so it's happened to me once before.
What is the best thing about living in this neighborhood?
I guess just the proximity to the big companies that we have around here. I Where I live exactly here. I mean, you have a bus stop here. You have access to that 85, I believe. Is it 85?
Yeah.
The freeway is like right here.
Right. Yeah.
And then I mean, you have multiple places where you can go eat.
Yeah.
But as far as I can think of, those are the only positives.
So far, how is your community like?
I actually don't talk to anybody. I don't think anybody here talks to the neighbors. So
the neighbors don't associate with one another, like they're just kind of.
at least not
living
us.
in-
I wouldn't. I can't speak for everybody in the neighborhood, but for us, I think they buy food from the neighbors. But I think that's as far as it goes. Like I don't think it's like some like friendship wise,
Oh, okay. So like they
What?
sell food. Like
Yeah.
Whatever.
Tamales.
Tamales.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really delicious.
And they're very good actually. So.
Cool. Do you want to move out of this neighborhood? Continue being in this neighborhood? This is something that you can elaborate on.
I've thought about it for a long time, moving out. More just to experience life on my own, and also the parking thing. I keep coming back to that, but it's just really annoying.
When interviewing Luis, he told me a situation that there was so many people living in the area that it's hard to find parking. So I went ahead and interviewed Rosa, who is a hairstylist off Newbridge.
De todos los años que has vivido aquí, ¿qué es la mejor cosa que te recuerdas?
De este lugar. Lo que más me recuerdo es que es una buena área y que es un área que está en un punto donde podemos viajar a todos los lugares. Está muy bien ubicado.
Para
Pero
otras
pronto para el
ciudades.
negocio pues está muy bien porque las personas pueden venir de Hayward, de San José, de San Francisco, de todos los lados está
Rosa later went on saying that she felt as if the city was conspiring to kick out the uneducated minorities one by one to make room for the middle class family. She shared that in her neighborhood there was a Tongan family being displaced from their home. They were paying rent and the homeowner gave them notice that the house was up for sale. Throughout the last 6 years, home prices in East Palo Alto has been the highest it has ever been. The median home value in East Palo Alto is around $655,000. It turns out that Facebook is offering their employees $10,000 to move within 10 miles from Facebook headquarters. Other investment management technology companies are also offering an incentive to their employees to move closer. It is estimated that more tech workers will displace people from their homes. While gentrifying neighborhoods may reduce the crime rate, a piece of culture that makes East Palo Alto unique will be lost. Many of the residents are already being displaced from their homes. A majority of the people that live here travel to go to work. Nonetheless, there are a few handful that can stay in their city and work. Others find unique ways of making money by placing their fruit stand right outside their homes. Although it is not a form of steady income, it is an opportunity for people to meet their neighbors. East Palo Alto has gone through some major improvements since their efforts to unincorporate the city. Their revitalization efforts has brought the city revenue by installing shopping centers like IKEA, Sports Authority, and other restaurants. There is a rise in economic growth with small businesses thriving as well. I later went on to interview Gabriel Sanchez, the owner of La Cazuela restaurant.
¿Cuántos años has vivido aquí?
Aquí tenemos como 16 años viviendo en East Palo Alto.
¿Y de dónde vienes?
De México, de Veracruz, México.
¿Y qué es la mejor cosa que te gusta en esta ciudad?
Pues ahorita lo que nos gusta es que el negocio está creciendo. Estamos más ocupados, hay más, un poco de más movimiento aquí en el área de lo que es East Palo Alto, especialmente ahorita en esta área aquí donde estamos nosotros ubicados.
Gabriel mentions that there are a lot of young boys without fathers in his neighborhood. He speculates that boys without father figures are more likely to join the gang. The city is trying to implement the program My Brother's Keeper to keep young boys out of trouble. Due to lack of funds, the program doesn't have enough resources.
Lo que es en la comunidad es que ha cambiado mucho. Hace 16 años que nosotros llegamos aquí a East Palo Alto, ahora ha cambiado mucho. Yo creo que a nivel de trabajo también ha cambiado mucho East Palo Alto. Ha habido muchos cambios con la llegada de Facebook y la llegada de muchas compañías que están tratando de abrir sus propios negocios aquí también. Está cambiando mucho East Palo Alto. Como les dije al principio, está llamando la atención de otras gentes que no viven aquí en East Palo Alto. Yo creo que les ha motivado. Y sí ha sido un cambio bien grande.
When I asked Gabriel if he would want to move out in the future, he responded that he hasn't given much thought about it and that he is perfectly fine continuing to live there. In town hall meetings, the council receives community input on crime and violence. Their plan is to develop a long-term plan that includes prevention, intervention, enforcement, and sustainability. Expanding fit zones and clean zones are the start to better the community. For instance, before Cooley Landing became a park, it used to be a wasteland. Now it is part of EPA, where residents can enjoy nature and the view of the bay.